Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So, got a little bit of stuff done over here in the national park area again. I figured we'd spend another episode over here before getting back to the Library of Lore in the next one. So that'll be a fun one. But yeah, did a little bit of stuff over here. I left off telling you I had a pretty big project, and it's turned out really well. So you can kind of see it here, but it's a giant aqueduct. Which is really cool. And in this world, I like to have a lot of natural things, like the water needs to flow to a water source. It needs to start at a source and flow into something, into the ocean or something. So that's how I try to do everything. So like, the big spring up there flows out over to the mountainside over there and flows down here, and this flows into the sewer and then goes out to the ocean eventually as well. Same thing with over here, and I couldn't figure out a way to bridge the gap from the river out there, so I decided to do a big aqueduct, which I think is really cool. And it's not supposed to look like fancy and nice. This is supposed to look like really old. So this is a older build similar to the theater here. So this would have been something that was one of the first things built in this world. And so, yeah, that's the idea. It's supposed to look kind of old, but it comes all the way through here. It goes up there, which we'll go up to the top of the stream here in a second, but it comes across and makes this nice little arch, and it really just meanders through the woods, and a lot of it you can't see because the forest is so thick through here. And it just kind of blends in with the trees. And so it empties all the way out over to here into the other stream. So this is where it comes from, the other plateau spring lake. It comes down through here and goes through the mountain. That's where this empties at also. So it comes down this like little waterfall thing and goes into the I guess whatever you would call it, stream down here that eventually will flow out into the ocean. And so, yeah, pretty cool, I think. Pretty cool little design, I would say. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just travel up it. Why not? So now you can walk. Oh, it's getting dark. So now you can kind of walk from up top here. And, oh, yeah, this looks cool at night. I love that mountain up there. So you can see this water just flows right across most of the area through here. And comes up to this stream. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because the ground right there, it wouldn't make sense to have a stream, because naturally if this stream was coming through here, it would have diverted and gone all the way down through there and out. But I didn't want that. So because we go uphill a little bit. So this aqueduct lets it travel along a flat plane. That way the river could naturally go and empty out into that other stream and into the river. So lore-wise, you can say that this stream came through here, and when we were building the walls, the stream needed to be taken out so we could have a proper, I guess, wall through there. And so there's kind of the lore, the reason why that aqueduct was built. Of course, aqueducts can be used for many things, like bringing drinking water, which we might get to that eventually, but that's it for right now with the aqueduct. But also, I promised that I would work on the top of the stream, so of course the water has a way to flow out this stream, but it needs a place that it starts at. And so this cave in the last episode was just like barely an entrance, but I kind of themed it similar to the cave that we walked in down there at the bottom. So let's go on up here. So the water starts coming all the way through here. It's really steep, and it comes through this cave. Just got a couple of like little lantern designs. It's very simple, just stone and andesite through here. I wanted this mountain to seem like it was kind of carved out over time, instead of manually carved out like the cave that's over underneath the castle. It was manually carved out, and that's why it has cobblestone and stuff at the bottom, because you can see where it was chipped out by hand. This, I wanted to make it look like it was more natural and that it wore away at the rock over time. So there's no cobblestone, it's just andesite and stone through here. And you can walk up on each side, but you can come all the way up here into the source of it. Now, this is a cool area. So we'll get to that in a second. But so this is the source. This is a natural spring-fed lake, similar to the lake over there that we were looking at. But yeah, it's natural spring-fed, and it's just up here in the top of this mountain, which I love. And it's got the lanterns, but you can see that it's created this huge cave over here, the backside of the mountain project. So a lot of people don't realize that these are custom because, of course, Minecraft now naturally generates with giant mountains. But this world was started way before that, and so I had to hand build these mountains. And when you hand build these mountains, it takes absolutely forever. And as you can see, they're huge, and it's taken me years and years to do these. But I've not filled in all the back sides. The older mountain range over on the other side, I've filled in a lot of that. But this, it's still got a ways to go. And so you're left with this giant cave. And eventually I'll fill this all in, and this whole area will be a really cool, like, cave city that I'm going to make. And so this is just one corner of the cave city over here where the drinking water comes from. But this giant cave city will go all through here. And it's going to be huge and amazing. So I'm excited to do that project whenever we get started on that. But this is obviously a huge one. I just wanted to show that this is available as a project. In case you guys were wondering. And these cave systems are going to go all throughout this mountain. As you can tell, I love the underground. And also, as you can tell, this world has no plans of ending anytime soon. In fact, it'll never end. It'll always keep going. I've got hundreds of giant projects like this that I plan, but I hope that kind of stuff gets you excited about the world, because there's a lot of things that excite me about it. So let's go on up here for today's lore reading, and it's a nice one. I really enjoy this lore reading. It's starting to get into some good stuff, as I should say. And so the reason why, well, you'll see the reason why I'm up on these walls here in a second, but yeah, I'm very excited about this week's lore reading. So let's get on into it. All right. Catalagerwin was a peaceful civilization for many of its years. As the fallback point for Vandalia, it remained far from the ever-turning war with Folcrete. However, due to a recognizable threat looming, the king Banshee Harkness enacted the wall project in 5091. I'm sorry, it's Banshee Hankness, the second king of Catalagerin. Anyways, he enacted the wall project in 5091 as a means to guard the citizens if the war front ever reached its shores. This project had a finish date of 5103. A distant 12 years would give plenty of time to dedicate resources to the project, but yet still growing the expanding city simultaneously. This plan, however, quickly changed pace when an unknown creature wandered down from the eastern slopes of the nearby mountains. It was captured and taken in for study. While in transport, it broke free and attacked many guards. It took 3 days to finally kill the creature, and that time it rendered a large amount of damage to the city and its people. For months after, these creatures followed suit. 1 a day, 2 a day, they came from all sides. The guards learned that the most efficient means of ridding them was actually a distraction. They laid bodies of freshly butchered cattle a few hundred yards from the city each day. This occupied the creatures for the most part. However, everyone knew something had to be done. In 5092, King Hankness declared that all resources and able-bodied people would dedicate their efforts to hurrying the wall construction in an effort to speed up the process. Alright, so getting into some good lore here as the rain comes down. So you're starting to see a little bit of storyline pop up with old Catalagerwin, and man, is it a good story. I'm excited to get into the lore. But speaking of lore, in the next episode, we will be back in the Library of Lore, working on the next floors, and also very excited about that project because, yeah, it's one of my favorites for sure. So thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you want to come along on this journey with me. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode.